Hello and welcome back here to Prior's Flat. Matthew Erskine speaking to you again. Tynedale have taken up the chase here, and they're 2 for no wicket, and it's Sinclair about to start the second over. Down the leg side he bowls to Parker, this time the left-hander. Now we might be wondering why Parker's opening the batting. Sam Mannion injured his hand in the field, and he's had to go off and get that looked at the hospital. So Parker's opening today with Tom Cant, the Tynedale captain, and it's Cant who has 2 runs at the moment for the total of 2, as Sinclair's in again to the left-hander Parker, who pushes this one back down to the offside and straight, and it goes to Anderson there in at mid-off. So we've got 2 slips, a gully, we've got a third man, we've got an extra cover, we've got a mid-off, a wide mid-on there, and a square leg.
You're welcome.
Now here's Sinclair up, he goes to bowl again to Parker, who comes forward in defence and just pushes this to the offside. No ball called there by umpire Wilburn. Takes the score to 3 for no wicket now. And Ross Sinclair there, having a little word with the umpire, Ian Wilburn there, just having a look at the crease, and Ian Wilburn is relaxed as ever, hands behind his back, got his sun hat on. Sinclair now bowling to Parker, and Parker doesn't offer a shot this time, and it goes through to Corby, the wicketkeeper at the top end there, and there's no run. Hewison in at wide gully there, quite deep he is. Nicky Phillips in at mid-on. Sinclair again to bowl to Parker. Parker's forward and just pushes this one to the leg side this time, and it goes fairly straight, about 4 or 5 feet from to the leg side of the non-striker stumps there, and it's Phillips who comes to his right and picks that one up, and there's no run as the sun just reappears here at Prior's Flat. So we've had the tea break. 270 the target here for Tynedale. Parker forward and pushes into the offside, but he wanted one but was sent back by Cant, and that's the end of the second over there. Sinclair one off the over, and Parker yet to score, and Tom Cant is on 2, and as I'll just repeat that Sam Mannion has had to go off to have his injured hand looked at the hospital. So hopefully he can come back, and he may have to go in last, or if not at all, depends how serious it is, but we shall wait and see. He's bound to reappear at some point, and we'll keep an eye on the main gates there across to our right outside the clubhouse, and we'll keep everybody updated if you're listening this afternoon, and you're very welcome to listen here on Cricket West Tyne. But it's Saxton to take up the attack now, bowling to Cant, who's forward and just turns this one round up towards the fine leg boundary across to our left, and the fielder slightly out of sight there beyond the sight screen, but it's thrown in, and Cant gets himself another one. So 4 for no wicket now, and Cant has moved to 3. So Parker under strike here. Saxton just turns his collar up, the tall figure of Guy Saxton up at that top end. 7 for 25 last week against Shotley Bridge. 38 wickets for the season so far, and it's going to be Parker with 2 slips in the gully now. Saxton in, and Parker pushes hard out to Phillips there at mid-on, and it flies along the floor, the ball there, and Phillips just leans down and picks it up, and then gives it a good polish on a little polish on his left thigh there, and just spins the ball about a bit before he pops up a little catch to Saxton at that top end. And now here's Saxton again, moves up towards umpire Gardner, bowling to Parker, who goes forward and plays and misses outside the off stump this time, and the ball goes through to Corby, the wicketkeeper, in his cap, his navy blue cap down at this end, and he's got his long sleeves on now behind the stumps. the clubhouse forming a bit of a shadow up here, over towards the players there on the field. Few people in the clubhouse behind us here. Lloyd Anderson just gives the ball a little polish and gives it back to Saxton, who moves in again now, bowling to Parker. Parker's forward, and he's played that one into just forward of point there, but John Meadows it is, who scuttles round to his left and saves the single there. So no run off that ball. Still 4 for no wicket. 270 the target. So 266 needed by Tynedale. Here's Parker. Faces up to Saxton and he goes forward, and it was a full ball and it just skews off the face there, but fortunately it kept low and it's fielded by Hewison there in the gully, who just gives his left elbow a little rub. He had to go down on it there to stop that ball. It was going quite quickly, but he certainly saved a single, if not more, and the ball's now back with Saxton at the top of his run. And now here's Guy Saxton again, bowls to Parker. Parker just plays this one out square again, in front of square on the offside, across to the tennis court side, but it's Meadows again who picks up in front of the umpire there, and that's the end of the over. The end of the third over here of Tynedale's reply. 4 for no wicket. Tom Cant 3 not out, and Parker it is who's yet to score, and the two batsmen up there, Cant will take the strike, the right-handed Tom Cant, for the start of this next over from Sinclair, and he'll be bowling from the near end to us here, be running away from us past umpire Wilburn, who just tucks his shirt in at the bat and at the back and just hitches his trousers up a bit. And now here's Sinclair just having a little chat with Lloyd Anderson here at this end. But here's Sinclair again now, moves forward, bowls to Cant, who comes forward and shapes to play that one, but took his bat out the way at the last moment there, and it goes through to Corby, the wicket-keeper, and there's no run. So 2 slips in place here for Cant, a first and a wide second. We've got a backward point or a wideish gully. We've got a deepish orthodox point on the edge of the circle, extra cover mid-off, mid-on, a square leg and a fine leg. Sinclair bowls again, and Cant just plays this one coming forward out to the leg side, and a little misfield in there inside the square, inside the circle there, but it doesn't lead to a run. Cant looked for the run there, but they decided against it, the batsman. So it's still 4 for no wicket in the fourth over of the reply here. Maximum of 50, and Sinclair gets the ball back off Anderson there. Now Sinclair moves in again and bowls, and it's full and it's driven this time from Tom Cant, and he was out his crease there, and Sinclair threatened to throw the ball at the stumps there, and Cant scarpered backwards, just taking preventative measures, but in the end Sinclair didn't throw it, and he just gives the ball a polish as he walks back towards the end of his mark now. Shirt tucked in, a good growth of stubble on his face as he moves in over the wicket again. This one's short and it kept a little low, and Cant was cramped up on his crease there and just jammed the bat down on it and played the ball back out to the offside, and it was picked up and thrown back to Anderson has it now, who will give it to Sinclair in just a moment. So here's Sinclair again, moves in the sunshine. Heels kicking up high and cants forward and plays out a good looking shot out to the offside there, and it's fielded at extra cover off the ground. It was a good shot for naught, for no runs there, but Cant didn't put everything behind that one, maybe just measuring the well, you'll know Ross Sinclair, because Sinclair, when he played at Tynedale under Cant's captaincy, but just watching this pitch a bit at the moment, as in goes Sinclair again, who bowls just back of a length, and it gets up not that high, but Cant's on the back foot playing out to extra cover again, and there's no run, and that's the end of the fifth over. And it's Sinclair who, at the end of the fourth over, I beg your pardon that time. So I'm one in front of myself here. So the end of the fourth over there, Tynedale 4 for no wicket, still require another 266 to win this match. With Mannion, one of their top order batsmen, missing at the moment due to a hand injury. And Cant 3 not out. And on strike now the left-handed Parker, who's yet to score, and he's got 2 slips, the wicketkeeper and a gully for company close to the wicket there. And now here's Saxton now, right arm over the wicket. He comes past umpire Gardner, and Parker's forward again and just carefully plays at that one, and it goes past the edge and through to Corby the wicketkeeper, and there's no run. You enjoying them combination chicken sandwiches? Stacey Lavery just gives us a nod to my right here. And Saxton it is with the ball at the top end. Here he comes now. Bowling to Parker. Short and down the leg side. And Parker doesn't play a shot at that one, and all eyes turn to umpire Gardner with his sunglasses on up there to see if he'd signal wide, but he didn't. And he doesn't, and the score remains at 4. 4 for no wicket, Tynedale. 266 required. As the temperature just rises a little bit more as the sun comes back out here. Full toss this time from Saxton, and driven from Parker, but he doesn't make the most of it, and it goes straight out on a couple of bounces to extra cover there in front of the tennis courts, and there's no run. Ross Sinclair down in front of us here, just talking animatedly to somebody across to the left in front of the dressing rooms. But Parker's ready to receive the ball again now from Saxton, who runs in, charges towards us here. Bowls close to the stumps, and again it's a good length line, and Parker's forward and plays and misses, and it's through to Corby the wicketkeeper, and there's no run. The ball disappears round the offside field for the left-hander. The offside for Parker across to our left towards the tennis courts. And where, if you can get on the front foot here driving, there's a big gap between extra cover and mid-off. It's full, but it's on middle stump. A good line there from Saxton, and he forces Parker there to just play straight, and just off the straight up to mid-on. And the ball rests in the hands of Phillips up there at the moment. And there was no run after that one, and Saxton has it back again now. He just turns at the end of his run. He's on his way towards us again, bowling to Parker with 2 slips and a gully. Parker's forward and just defends this one out to extra cover again, and there's no run, and that's the end of the over. The end of the 5th over there from Saxton. He takes his cap off umpire Gardner and scrubs his boot in some dust there and disappears. He'll disappear back off down to fine leg for the next over, with Tynedale at 4 for no wicket, still needing 266 to win this 15th game of the season here in Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. The seconds at Tynedale today, they haven't got a game, with Hebben going out of the league, well, resigning from the league at the start of the season. It's their free week. Sinclair takes up the attack now, and Cant comes forward and hits it out to extra cover again, but it's fielded off the ground and there's no run. So these two playing the long game here, and they'll need to. It's a big target, 270. 2 slips, a gully, a point, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a forward square leg and a fine leg. There's Cant driving, and it's fielded again there off the ground at extra cover, and Sinclair just over pitched there, and Cant, it was a really good elegant drive, stood up to it and got that left shoulder right round in front towards the bowler and drove, but it was straight at the fielder. So no run. Now here's Sinclair, moves up again. Bowls to Can short, and that's pulled away, and he'll get just the single for that. And it's Saxton who fields up there with long leg across towards Prior's Terrace, and that brings Park on to strike. So Cant goes to 4, and the score moves up to 5 for no wicket now, and the gap now 265 for Tynedale to win. And here's Sinclair again now. Bolts in and bowls to Parker, who takes the bat back, but he lets that one through outside the off stump again, and it goes through to Corby, the wicketkeeper. And there's no run. We've got a senior chap up there on the benches to the right, looking through his binoculars there, just having a check on the scoreboard. Nothing much happening on there at the moment. Oh, still 1 or 2 on the decking. Sinclair's in again now and bowls to Parker again. Just takes his bat right back, but lets it through to the wicketkeeper. And there's no run. And same umpire Wilburn, he was saying he reckoned it would be a 90 over match all in today. And at the moment, these two for Tynedale are settling themselves in for a stay. Sinclair now into Parker, and he gets this one away through the gap there to the left of wide mid-on, and it's Phillips in pursuit, and he'll just get there before it gets to the tennis court boundary, and Parker gets off the mark in the 6th over here with a couple of runs wide of mid-on there. So the score goes to 8. Parker moves off the mark to 2. Cant at the non-striker's end, 4 not out. So Sinclair back has a look at the ball there before he starts to run in again, away from us here in the clubhouse. Short, bounce out, no ball signalled there from umpire Wilburn. So 1 more to the total. Sinclair has another word with the umpire. He's just going to have to be a little bit careful yet. And umpire Wilburn will know how to handle it. He'll just have a little firmly but fairly. Just turns back to his mark now, looking up at the batsman there. Now Sinclair in again now, bowling to Parker. Parker turns that one round the corner, a nice shot up to the fine leg boundary there, and just to the right of the scoreboard, and goes over where 2 spectators are enjoying themselves. Looks like they're having a glass of something nice on one of the seats up there by the scoreboard. So 4 runs at the end of the over there, so that takes the score to 13 after 6 overs. 13 for no wicket Tynedale in pursuit of 270 to win. So 257 still needed here. Cant 4 not out, and Parker 6 not out. So we're coming up, we've been on since 5 o'clock here this afternoon, so I think this is where we'll leave you for our latest spell of commentary here on this match between Tynedale and Swalwell. Our next broadcast will be at 6 o'clock, so do join us then here on Cricket West Tyne. It's always appreciated when you do tune in and listen, and we hope you enjoy it as well. But until 6 o'clock, I'll leave you with Tynedale 13 for no wicket, still needing 257 to win this match. I'll speak to you again at 6 o'clock.